I'm going to share a trip my husband and I took to Italy for our honeymoon. I'm just highlighting our favorite spots of the many we visited. So we started at LAX. We arrived there on Tuesday morning, the 23rd of September 2008. Flew over to New York's airport, the JFK. After a 6-hour flight, we finally arrived and had to wait for a connecting flight to Rome. We waited 2 hours and we flew from New York to Rome, which was about a 9-hour flight. We arrived at Rome, but this was not our stop. We had to fly to Florence. So we had to have a connecting flight where we took a plane from Rome to Florence, and that was about an hour flight. And this flight was really quick. So we arrived at our first stop, which was Florence. And then we took a taxi to our hotel. Our hotel was not very far. I didn't feel it was too far. We stayed at the Alba Palace Hotel. Very nice hotel. We checked in on the 24th of September. And we checked out on the 28th. So we had plenty of time for Florence. It's a beautiful city. One of the stops we made was to the Piazza, the Michelangelo. Excuse me, I don't have any Italian in me. So it was a nice place to stop. A lot of history, a lot of art. Another place we visited while in Florence was the Gallery of Florence, which is where you can find the Statue of David. This was really nice. We couldn't take any pictures there. I heard now you can. It's a very big statue. Amazing to know that, the art and the work that went into it. Then another place we visited was the Piazza del Duomo. Nice architecture all around. We walked everywhere, so you can tell the next spot I'm highlighting is the Santa Maria del Fiore, and that's walking distance. Everything's walking distance. Very nice place. A lot of history. Architecture is stunning. We did everywhere we went. We walked. It was breathtaking. Everything. Then we went to the Ponte Vecchio. Very pretty. It's like a marketplace. Very busy place. I highly recommend that's one of your stops if you ever go to Florence. And then we went to the train station to go to our next destination, which was Rome. We took this train from Florence to Rome. So that was a long train ride. That was about, I want to say, an hour and a half train ride. We got there, then we walked to our hotel room. Everyone was walking, so we figured, hey, why not? So we walked with our luggage to the Eurostar's International Palace. We checked in on the 28th of September, and we checked out on October 2nd. We visited a lot of places while we were here. Again, we walked everywhere. Colosseum was one of our favorites. It's just pretty much an all one-day thing. You have to spend a lot of time there to take it all in. A lot of history, a lot of great architecture. Another place we visited while we were in Rome was the Palatine Hill. A lot of ancient ruins. It's amazing to see that these ruins are still standing after all these years. Another place was the Roman Forum we visited. Again, it's a lot of history, a lot of architectural design where, it's unbelievable, breathtaking to know that all this stuff that happened during this time. My personal favorite was the Trevi Fountain. Beautiful. You could just sit there, have lunch, while just staring at this beautiful, breathtaking artwork. And another one was the Pantheon. It's amazing. You can stand in the middle of this and look up. There's a hole in the top in the ceiling, and it's just breathtaking. Everything is breathtaking. Another place we visited while we were there was the Piazza Navona. It's a big place where you can just walk around. There's a lot of people selling art, a lot of people walking by, a lot of fountains, a lot of buildings, a lot of art, statues. And Vatican City is another place we visited. We actually attended Mass one day. Amazing, to all the history that's that exists. And then right there in Vatican City, we saw the Sistine Chapel, and that's located in the Apostolic Palace. This is where the Pope lives. So yeah, we couldn't take pictures in there either, but it's just a place that you totally have to visit. Then we took a train in the middle of our visit in Rome to go to Venice. So from Rome to Venice, we took about a 5-hour train ride. We arrived in Venice, the city of water. We only took a day there, so we didn't stay overnight. We went early in the morning. We arrived in Venice to their railway station, and right away, first thing you see is water. It's the streets are pretty much water. If you want to get around, you have to take a boat. We visited the St. Mark's Square, and it's a beautiful place. Breathtaking. The St. Mark's Cathedral is right there, and you can see it from the picture. Pigeons everywhere. It's beautiful. And then we also did something I've always wanted to do, take a gondola ride in the Grand Canal in Venice. Something you must do while in Venice. Beautiful. Like I said, if you want to travel, you have to do it through water. Then we went back to the train station to head back to our hotel in Rome. So we went back from the railway station in Venice to the station in Rome. Again, a five and a half hour trip. And we arrived at the train station, and from there we went to the airport. It was time to go, so we checked out October 2nd, and we flew out on a direct flight to LAX, which was nice. We didn't have to do a layover flight, and it was an empty airplane, so that was nice. And we arrived back home after a long 13-hour flight. So yes, this was my trip, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you very much.